What's up, guys? Welcome back. Mr. C's Corner. It is Wednesday, April 15th. Every Wednesday we look at a blue chip stock and a blue chip artist. The stock that we're looking at today is Johnson & Johnson. If you haven't been able to tell, we are listening to the Beatles today. One of my favorites all time, for sure. All-time classic. They are revolutionary in the music industry. Check them out if you haven't. I don't care if they're old. Check them out. Worth it. All right. Speaking of old, J&J, Johnson & Johnson. All right. They are in the healthcare sector. Per your request last week, I thank you for the feedback you've given me. I did a lot of research on J&J, and let's figure out how they are compared to their competitors, and what products they have. Why do I know J&J? So Johnson & Johnson is a multinational corporation that develops medical devices, pharmaceuticals, and consumer packaged goods. They actually have 250 subsidiary companies with operations in 60 countries throughout the world. And their products are sold in over 175 countries. So they are truly multinational. Not only us here in the U.S. rely on J&J, but people throughout the entire world rely on Johnson & Johnson. When I say it was old, it was founded in 1886. And actually, its HQ, shout out, going back to my roots, is in New Jersey, New Brunswick, New Jersey. Shout out Rutgers. No, I didn't go there. So some of the products that we have that they produce that we might have in our house today are Band-Aids, Tylenol, Johnson's baby products, Neutrogena skin products, Clean and Clear facial wash, and AccuView contact lenses. I know I am using one of J&J's products right now with my contact lenses. Pretty big deal. Pretty big company. So J&J's been part of the Dow Jones since 1997. Actually, we talked about it last week. J&J joined Walmart in the same day in 1997. So the first question, it's a research question. Why was Johnson & Johnson added to the Dow Jones in 1997? Why not earlier? Why not later? Don't just say because they're big. A couple of you were saying that on Schoology. Don't just say that. Explain why. It's a little bit of research, just a little bit, but that's good. All right, so let's discuss the healthcare sector. We broke down the healthcare sector a little bit when we talked about Pfizer 2 weeks ago. So if you want to know a little bit more about the healthcare sector, check out that video, Pfizer. I think I was listening to Queen. Great one. But anyway, I'll go over it again. The healthcare sector accounts for $5 trillion in market cap. $5 trillion. Big sector. If you don't know, if you don't remember, check it out. Last week we talked about it when we talked about Walmart, and then we talked about Pfizer 2 weeks ago. So we know that the healthcare sector's market cap is $5 trillion. What about J&J? Well, we're going to get there. Let's continue talking about the healthcare sector. Well, if we didn't know, the healthcare sector has multiple subsectors, such as biotechnology, equipment and supplies, and pharmaceutical. That's where J&J's in. J&J's in the pharmaceutical sector or pharmaceutical subsidiary of the healthcare sector. Pharmaceutical sector alone of that $5 trillion accounts for $2.2 trillion market cap. So it accounts for roughly half of the healthcare sector's overall market cap. Make sense? Big deal. Okay, great. So J&J, let's talk. So we know about the healthcare sector. Let's talk about its competition in the healthcare sector. J&J's biggest competitions are Pfizer, which we talked about, and Merck. Both of them are Dow Jones companies. Both of them are big established companies. And let's talk about their market caps. Pfizer's market cap is $181 billion. Merck's market cap is $193 billion. J&J, $345 billion. Pretty big deal. So your second question. Make sure you're answering your questions on Schoology. Your second question is, what do you think sets J&J apart from its competition? What sets J&J apart from Pfizer? What sets J&J apart from Merck? If you don't know Merck, now's your opportunity to do some research on it. What about now? What's going to set them apart now during this pandemic that we're having with COVID-19? How are they developing a drug to combat this virus? So what's really setting them apart? Anyway, J&J's annual revenue is about $82 billion a year. It's been growing over the past 3 years. I wonder what it's going to be this year, especially with the hit that we've taken, but there's an opportunity there for them as well. So if we eliminate, so let's talk about their stock price. So $82 billion revenue. The current stock price, roughly about $140 a share. Its 52-week high, or its year high, was $154 a share. 52-week low, $109 a share. Pretty big difference. But if we eliminate the drop from the COVID-19, initial scare in the stock market, its 52-week low is $127. So that's our thing, $127 to $154. Still pretty big, $20-something difference, but it's not, like a $50 difference per share. So remember, we don't just look at market cap when we evaluate the value of a stock. We don't just look at stock price either. So those are just two indicators that we do look at. So now we know the sector of J&J, we know its competition, and we know a little bit about their market cap and their stock situation. Let's talk about some news about them, some bad news. And J&J has been getting a lot of heat throughout the years with some of their products. Recent bad news: in October, there was a case of asbestos found in their baby powder. This is not the first time that a product of J&J's has had some issues, but that's the bad news. But some good news, really good news. Recently, they beat their earnings for Q1, and then they raised their dividend to 6.3% per share. Mr. C, I don't know what a dividend is. Well, it's okay. You're going to find out what a dividend is. It is found, your Q3 or your bell ringer is found in the About section. Answer it on Schoology. So let's recap a little bit. Your first question is, why was J&J added to the Dow Jones in 1997? It's a little bit of a research question. Don't just answer because they're big. No, I don't want that. Second question, what do you think sets J&J apart from its competition? And then your bell ringer is found in the About section. You have 2 bell ringers. I want to know what stock you want me to discuss next week. Do you want me to continue with the healthcare sector? Do you want me to talk about consumer staples like Walmart? Let me know. Comment on Schoology. And let's end on a kind of a not as popular song by the Beatles. So that's it. See you tomorrow. Stay safe. Wash your hands. And yeah, see you soon. Later.